Well, when you design using gCADPlus in the metric environment, everything in the building trade is in millimetres, so we draw in millimetres. So what we're looking at here is a full-size view of part of a design. If we want to apply dimensions to a design such as this, what I would suggest is that you create a layer. I've created one called LDIM, and I've made it the current layer, and I'll float the dimension toolbar just off here so that you can see it. Let's use first the distance command and measure from, say, the end of some decking here to the other end of the decking, and we may need to zoom in a little. So that's 729.607, so that's an unusual length, but let me pick. It's a rectangle. Maybe it's not quite drawn accurately. Let's explode that, because when you explode a rectangle you get individual lines, and yeah, we got 729.607. If we wanted to apply a dimension to it, we pick the dimension tool and we say we're going to draw from the end of that line that we just interrogated to the other end of it. And gCADPlus reads the dimension and pops it in, and pops it in as 732. The reason that it doesn't give you, and let's pick the line again, it doesn't give you the 0.607 is that the current dimensioning style, and let's select it here, it's in a style called standard, has some rounding off applied to it. So let's look at the dimension style standard. We look at units. Can you see our precision is set at 0? If we set our precision to 1 decimal place and we OK it, and you see our dimension changes to 732.2. Now that's probably not of much use to your construction team, and you probably dive in here and overtype that and make it 730. So we're overriding, we're doing a dangerous thing. We're drawing a line that is not exactly 730, but we're saying now we want it 730. We want the construction team to make it like so. So you can see dimensioning can be a complex thing. It's better to draw in millimetres using whole millimetres as your design measurement, and then dimensioning will take care of itself. Well, the same applies to other entities. If I select, this is a design for the base of an entertaining area, and if I pick it, you may be able to see it's a circle. That's the element is a circle, or the entity is a circle, with a radius of 1825.363. So once again, it's not a whole number. I don't think that would hurt us if we simply took off the 3 decimal places and hit enter. The circle just changes ever so slightly in size, so it will enable us to dimension it. So we pick our dimensioning tool. We might want to do diameter, but much better to do radial dimensioning here. So we pick the circle, and can you see our dimension comes out, and we can move it around wherever we want. I think I'd be inclined to do that. So the dimension points to the extremity of the circle, but has a line leading into the centre. So there's a radial dimension. You might find it easier just to label that circle in the same way that we've labelled the low block retaining wall and so on. But can you see that dimensioning, you've got quite a bag of tricks here for dimensioning. If you have a line on an angle, and I can't easily see one, well, we could dimension the edge of this raised deck by using a line dimension, and we could click here, pick the edge there and the edge there, and there's our dimension aligned in that way. Once again, we've got that same sort of problem, which would suggest that the base drawing here needs a little tweaking, but that's 2399, so I'd have no difficulty over typing that 2400 and hit enter. So we're overriding the dimension. So can you see you can apply dimensions to gCADPlus drawings relatively easily, but if you draw full size, the dimensions are taken from the model.